thank you so much, Brian. And first of all, thank all of you guys for allowing me the opportunity to present. I think what 1 Million Cups is doing is great for entrepreneurship. Even though I'm waving madly across from the UK, I'd love to get more involved. I would have loved to come to that party on October the 7th. Unfortunately, maybe next year I can come to your 2nd year anniversary. But I'll be waving madly across from the UK. So yeah, I'd love to, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. What I'm going to do is, I know we only have 6-minute presentation. I'd love to have loads of time for Q&A. I just find it so much more interactive. But I'm going to give you a brief overview of our business from the UK. I'll give you an overview of what we're doing, our technology, why we're doing what we're doing. It's a problem that's quite close to me, and I'd love to open the floor to questions and answers. What I might do as well is try and see if I can get some demos up on the screen as well to make it a little bit more interactive. Cool. Thank you very much, Brian. See the clock. Cool. Okay. You know what? Just give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Perfect. So really, this is our mission, making healthcare more accessible and affordable. And the problem that we're really trying to solve is that so many people in today's day and age suffer from chronic diseases. I know this is a big issue in the US, and it's just a systematic way with which the healthcare system was set up. But so many people with diabetes, cardiovascular disease, obesity, hypertension, these types of chronic conditions account for a large proportion of deaths globally. And I truly believe that this is a silent pandemic, which is still getting a lot less attention than deadly infectious diseases. And I also believe that a majority of these chronic diseases can be prevented through lifestyle changes and lifestyle choices. And really, one of the ways to help people make better lifestyle choices is to make health diagnostics more accessible. So if it was very easy for you to find out what's happening inside of your body, it will be very easy for you to make informative, data-driven, life-changing decisions. So that's a problem we're trying to solve. And how do we do that? And now we are leveraging probably the most popular medium out there, which is a smartphone. So we have developed the ability to extract a range of physiological vitals just by looking at someone's face through the camera. And the reason why this works is what actually happens is every time blood pulsates throughout your body, your skin ever so slightly changes color. I know it sounds weird, but it's naked. This color changes naked to the human eye, but it's something that we could pick up through the video feed by analyzing subtle changes in the pixel values of a feed. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you how it works. I'm going to do this on myself. If you guys can see my iPhone shot in the middle of my screen here, just give me a thumbs up. Great. So I'm going to play, this is an iPhone application that we've developed. It's simply me just looking into my camera. The technology does the rest. Now I'm going to play this. I'll just explain what's going on here. So what we've done is we break down a face, a human face, into multiple sub-regions. And within those multiple sub-regions, you have slightly thinner skin and you have slightly thicker skin. What we're really doing at this point is searching for parts of the skin which is thin, because at that point, that is where you have the highest signal to noise ratio. And what happens from a scientific perspective is that the skin is translucent. So all of our human skin is translucent, which means light can penetrate the skin. When light penetrates the skin, the intensity of that light gets absorbed by the amount of blood volume present underneath the skin. And when the intensity, so you effectively have an intensity change, which is happening underneath the skin. And so when light is refracted back, you see various fluctuations in light intensity every second. And you can see a white signal popping up on my screen. That's the actual physiological signal that's been emitted from underneath my skin. And within a few seconds, we can pick up someone's oxygen saturation level. It'll pick up my heart rate in a few seconds, my respiration shortly, my blood pressure, which is categorized by the American Heart Association, and also my stress level, which I believe this will pick up, and I hope it's not too high. Let's go in maybe, yeah, there you go, low. And the way we actually measure stress, that's an interesting one, is some people think we measure stress by looking at your facial expression. That's wrong. The way we actually measure stress is using a phenomenon called Bayevsky stress index. And what that does is looks at whether you have an overactive sympathetic nervous system. So it's effectively looking at whether your body is going to fight or flight. Now, what everyone asks is how accurate are we? We benchmark ourselves against a pulse oximeter for measuring heart rate, oxygen saturation, and heart rate variability, which is a phenomenon I'll touch on a bit in Q&As if you guys are interested. But we are within regulatory standards for measuring these vitals. So within plus or minus 2 ppm for heart rate, around 1.5% for oxygen saturation, and about 90% for heart rate variability, also called as PPG peak positions. And you can actually see in some examples, we've tested our product on a range of different individuals, different skin colors. And you can see that if we look at the right-hand side, so the top right-hand side, you can see the blue solid line is what the pulse oximeter would estimate, and the green highlighted line is what we'd estimate. And for oxygen saturation, it's even better. Like we're within 0.0% for measuring oxygen saturation. And that's really us in a nutshell. I don't want to go on too much further, and I'll leave the floor open to Q&As. Really what we're trying to do within the team is make healthcare more accessible. And the best way, and the device that is the most popular medium by which we can leverage is a smartphone. So we are aiming to allow anyone with a smartphone to have the ability to conduct a very comprehensive health check about themselves, which can help them make life-changing lifestyle decisions. And that's our goal. And I'd love to open up the floor to questions.
Thank you. Great job. I think I'll kick us off maybe with the first question, but
Sure.
What's how are you making money?
Okay, so our model is a subscription model. So we actually have all our technology hosted in Microsoft Azure, and we charge per user. And actually, we've come up with a different business model for a different vertical, which I'll explain in a second. But typically, we're charging around for the baseline vitals, which are heart rate, respiration, and oxygen, $10 per user per year. So we're approaching a lot of, and Brian, I think you have, I know you have a lot of experience in the telemedicine market. Telemedicine is, of course, our #1 key target market, because we're now empowering the doctor to gain visibility over the patient's physiology through a video call.